You would imagine that a show that revolves around a surgeon and doctors is gonna get pretty damn boring, right? Well, that's not the case for the Mr. Young Black, okay? Young Black is actually pretty freaking interesting. I'm actually surprised how much I'm enjoying this. Now, if you don't go into this series thinking, oh my god, the animation, it's gonna be some intense action, music, blah. No, it's not that type of show. But if you like the story and the suspense and just seeing this character overcome different challenges, and if you want to learn something, okay, you want to learn something that you can go back to school and use, you want to be a doctor, this is a great show. I mean, the fact that you have this, okay, so our MC, besides having pretty badass hair, all right, our MC is a young student in medical school, but this guy he's better than most certified doctors that have been doctors for years. This guy is incredible. I mean, the reason why he got so good, we find out, is because he's been experimenting on animals. And I mean, he eats them. He's like, no, I don't just kill them, I eat them after, so it's okay. Yeah, you're killing, experiment, you're basically torturing. Oh man, I can't imagine it. Imagine taking a chicken and being like, yeah, before I kill you, let me just pluck out the hairs and let me just see what's inside you, and try to put your head on your butt and your eyeballs on your boobs and see if I can make a new type of animal. Oh, it didn't work out, I'm gonna just eat you now. that'd be weird. Anyways, so episode 1, nice introduction. We get to see a little bit of who he is, his amazing powers. Okay, episode 2, you have this challenge, you have basically a battle between rational morality and way of thinking. So his friend was like, don't operate on this guy, don't kill this innocent guy, nobody wants to die. Ideologies, you have battles of ideologies, kind of like what you're having right now in The Walking Dead with Morgan and Rick and all these other characters. But anyways, back to the Young Black. He ends up finding a way around that because the old guy was already dead, spoilers, so he basically changed the face of the person who was trying to get killed. And now this person takes all the money, is pretending to be somebody else, but it works out at the end because he's a good guy. Now, episode 3, we learn a little bit more about the Vietnam War, the history he has behind that, and some rebels, well, not rebels, but you can call them rebels, some runaway rebels, losers. These people are sick and twisted. So one of the people, he needs medical attention immediately, but they don't take him there because they're afraid that if they go to the hospital, they might get sent to jail afterwards. So they're afraid of doing that. Now, Young Black is dragged into this. Somehow, coincidentally, they're in the same department. Okay, he knows the guy. He ends up doing surgery on this guy. He didn't want to do it, but something was holding him back. So this figure, this ghost or whatever you want to call it, comes out and like, hey, you need to operate on this guy. You blah, 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 blah. You don't want him to die. This isn't you. Now, who is that person? I'm going to go ahead and assume that, and this is my assumption, okay? I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. My assumption is that whoever saved Young Black in when he was younger, okay? Whoever saved our character, that doctor, we do know that doctor will do anything to help people, anything. And I feel like maybe at that moment he didn't have any other parts to put into Young Black. So I'm assuming what he did is he took pieces of himself and he put them onto the Mr. Young Black. So the Mr. Young Black basically has fused with the doctor. So after fusing, in a way, part of his soul, okay, part of the doctor's soul or presence is inside that Mr. Young Black. So the Mr. Young Black would like to be a doctor, a surgeon, and he does become that, one of the very best, just like the person who operated on him. But now he has his presence of the doctor following him, and it's kind of like his unconscious, subconscious, or his subconscious telling him, you can't do this, you shouldn't do this, you should do this, I know you. So that was kind of neat to see. That's just my theory. I could be wrong, so don't give me shit for it. Anyways, he goes back, he operates, does a good job, saves the guy, okay. But then he goes to jail, he gets discovered. He gets freed, but the problem here is that now he's in the eye of people who can bring some problems for the Mr. Young Black. So, I feel like he is gonna have some problems in the next few episodes. I do want to see more ties to the Vietnam War, his history there. Perhaps even throw in a love character, somebody who he can feel love for. I don't think that his little assistant, I don't think he's gonna fall for her. I mean, would be nice if they eventually, you know, do a little thing, but it would be nice to see some other characters besides our two main characters. It would be nice to see them introduce some other characters that will stay in the series, not that just will be there for one episode, but characters that are regulars, all right? And no creepy ones, please. But overall, I think that this is the type of show where I can't quite recommend it 100% because you might not like this type of show, but I will say I highly recommend you give it a chance, and at least one episode or 2 episodes. So I'm not gonna say this is a must watch because I know this is the type of show that not everybody's gonna be interested in. There's a good majority of you who might not like it, and there's a good majority of you who are gonna love it, which is why I am saying that you should at least give it a try before you make a judgment. I know the animation is not the greatest, but honestly, it's not all about that. And if you go ahead and give this a chance, you might actually be surprisingly enjoying it. You really might actually have a good time watching this and like, oh, I can't wait to see what happens in the next episode. So do what I did, episodes 1 to 3, 3-episode rule. I'm watching Young Black for the rest of the anime season. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up. So I will see you in episode 4, which comes out on Friday. I can't wait. I'll see you guys when Mr. Young Black comes out.